Hi, and welcome to Fedmail. Thank you for joining us on this Friday afternoon. We're bringing Fedmail to you a little bit earlier today in hopes that you can join us for a Juneteenth webinar brought to you by Jewish Federations of North America, our parent partner organization. Juneteenth is a celebration of the end of slavery in the United States. After the Emancipation Proclamation was issued, word of the abolition of slavery didn't reach some of the rural areas of the country until very late in the course of the Civil War. In this case, June 19th, 1865 was when word of the emancipation of slaves reached the most rural areas of Texas, which at that time were the far reaches of the Confederacy. Juneteenth is a celebration not only for the Black community, but should also resonate with us as Jews, being that we celebrate our own redemption from slavery each year at Passover, and for all Americans, in that Juneteenth and the abolition of slavery fulfills the destiny of our country, the original notion that all men are created equal, the equality, justice, and freedom that we hold so near and dear to our hearts as American citizens. It is truly a day of celebration and should also be on our calendars as we view and look out at the world around us today and our contemporary issues of injustice and the racism that the country currently experiences. So may this be a day of joy and celebration. We should reflect upon it, recognizing that work has yet to be complete, and that all of us can play a major role in forming the country, the society, and our own cities in a way that we want and in a way that reflects the values that we hold as Americans, as Jews, and as people who recognize the value of human dignity, freedom, and justice. So happy Juneteenth to you. I want to bring your attention to several items in Fedmail this week. There are webinars taking place. There is a wonderful program brought to you by our outreach director, Mindy Hall, who's put together a yoga program with Karen Gold, one of our community members. And I also want to bring your attention to the notice from the JCC that was included in last week's Fedmail talking about their plans for reopening. We're excited about that, and I'm sure you are too. I also want to thank all of the donors to the recent Cemetery Improvement Association campaign. I'm proud to report that, and I'm excited to report that work is underway now. We've removed a few of the trees that needed to be taken down at Worcester Hebrew Cemetery. Paving should begin shortly. You'll see new signage go up. A lot of important beautification efforts that will bring dignity to our 3 local Jewish cemeteries. I also want to thank all of the donors to Federation's annual fundraising campaign. It has been a difficult year for us with the challenges brought on by COVID and the stay-at-home orders. Several of our significant major donors made gifts, made pledges this week. If you haven't yet made a pledge, please do so. I've mentioned in past weeks that the Federation's allocation committee met to distribute the funds that we raise each year. We have a lot of important projects and programs, including scholarships and programs for our own congregations that we want to make sure that we can fund. We can't do that unless we have a strong campaign, and everyone in the community should play a role in that. Whether your gift is a small one or a large one, you give what you can, and every gift is important. The numbers of donors each year should be increasing. We have about 75 new donors to this year's campaign. I'm happy about that. Of course, I think that that's a wonderful indication of the goodness and the generosity within our community. So thank you to the donors who have made gifts. Please consider making a gift if you haven't yet. And of course, I want to add that if you need help or assistance in any way related to COVID, please let us know. We have a Tzedakah Fund program in place. We're working with Jewish Family and Children's Service to make sure that everyone in our community is cared for. And we want to make sure that we reach all of you. No one should be left alone, and no one should feel alone and should be left helpless. We're here to help, and that is what being a good Jewish community is all about. So with that, I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. I hope the goodness and peace of Shabbat fills your home and fills your heart. I hope you're doing well and feeling healthy. And I wish that the coming weeks in this country are weeks of tranquility, peace, and unity. It's certainly what we need and what we should all be praying for and thinking about on this Shabbat. So with that, wish you a Shabbat Shalom. Join us for the webinar on Juneteenth at 2 p.m. and I'll see you next week. Thank you. Good Shabbat.